All right, guys, this is attempt number 3, and I've barely made it 10 seconds in every other attempt, so we're just going to roll with this today, and we don't really care. So good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is, wherever you are. We're looking at gold, and my name is Jason for TheChartGuys.com. And so far what I'm seeing today is a potential for a nice daily equilibrium. Now, it's very early to call this an EQ, and we shouldn't really do that quite yet because we don't have all of the criteria, but I'm getting excited about the potential for what I'm seeing. So if you're new to our videos, we've been following along this descending wedge. These two dotted lines represent a bear or a bullish pattern that we were tracking on the 4-hour time frame. We saw that break to the upside, and now what I'm hoping to see is a nice daily equilibrium setup, and we've got some potential highs and lows here. And if this does come to pass, and we have to talk about this because we need to be prepared for it if it does happen, and this is a lot of technical analysis is, we're looking at configurations and setups. We're trying to see what could happen here, and if this happens, how do I prepare for it? So right now I'm looking at this and I'm saying we got a high at 1348, we got a low 1319. We got a lot of range here. This is as far as the bulls are able to push up. This is as far so far as the bears were able to counterattack, and what we would love to see is a nice EQ develop where we get lower highs and higher lows, tightening up that range and setting up the first major area consolidation following this big breakout. This would be perfect for the bulls long term. If they do indeed go that direction, this is a perfect kind of scenario that they would want to see. Cooling off a lot of RSIs on multiple time frames, setting up a tightening range, allowing the balance to be restored, and then attacking again and driving the price up. That would be the breakthrough and follow through on the monthly EQ that we need to see play out. So let's go take a look at what's actually happening here. This is a lot of speculation. On the daily time frame, we have seen a major response by the bears, pushing the price down to that 1319 level. We've bounced a little bit, and that's going to be more apparent on the 4-hour time frame. Here we are, that big flush, answer back, and you can see that we have established this area of support. So I'm going to be paying attention to this level, 1320.093, and the low of this candlestick over here, 1319.999. So very, very close, within a penny. So that's pretty substantial on gold, because gold loves to wander the price over and find areas of zones of support and resistance. But in this case, we almost have it to the dollar. In fact, almost to the penny. So this is going to be a very important area of support and resistance for us. I'm also going to be paying attention to 1330.181 because we see this acting as area of resistance for us multiple times on the 4-hour time frame. Not so much concerned with what's happening over here. I want to know what the bulls and bears are going to do inside this tightening range, and that's what I'm going to be watching very closely moving forward. Now, if we're going to get a continuation of that daily EQ, what we're going to see is a continuation of this higher high and higher low pattern on the hourly time frame. Now we've come up, we set 1328. What we need to do is set ourselves a nice higher low. In fact, I think we may have just lost that. So we're at a very important point in the gold hourly chart right now, because if bulls are going to keep going and show any strength, they need to turn around almost immediately, because we have, let's zoom in on this. And what I'm talking about is a fact. Okay, well, we've already lost this low, and what I was looking for was to see if we could hold the low 1326.624, and we can see we've broken that by about 10 cents. Now this means that the hourly uptrend is lost. Before that, we were able to set higher highs, and ultimately we would want to see them set higher lows. Now we've set a lower high and a lower low, and we need to see what the bulls are going to do. So back to square one, we're going to go back and look at this big range here, see what we can do, and see what sort of action and decisions that the bulls and bears are going to make. Right now, this just looks like chop to me. There's not a lot of definitive information here, and I'm just going to be watching these time frames, see who's in control, and see where the price meanders between 1330 and 1320. A combination of watching these hourly trends and a break of one of those two key levels, I think, is going to dictate the action in the short term. I would love to see a little bit of a push by the bulls and set up a continuation for potential daily EQ. That would make me very happy, just because I love to see these things develop. But right now, still hands off, no real clear direction for me. And that's it for gold today.